The United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea was signed in 1982 and came into effect on November the 16th, 1994. According to this treaty, 200 nautical miles or 370 kilometers from the borderline is called EEZ for Exclusive Economic Zone. Within this area, the coastal nation has the sole exploitation rights over all natural resources, including the fishing rights. So far, 163 states have ratified this treaty. However, out of these 163, just one nation has been disobeying and violating this international law by the United Nations. And that, of course, is the communist China. China, they speak only one language, and that is not Chinese. It is power. Let me show you one irrefutable evidence that proves that the current Chinese government is violating the international law. The map right here you're seeing right now is a map of Southeast Asia. And the lines in blue, they define EEZ, the Exclusive Economic Zone, for countries such as Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and the Philippines. And as I've already explained, 200 nautical miles from the coastline, the sole exploitation right is given to the nations. For example, Vietnamese, the Brunei, Malaysia, and the Philippines. Scarborough Shoal, for example, is, as you see on the map, totally within the 200 nautical miles, and is considered part of the internationally recognized continental shelf, approved by the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, which was signed on November the 16th, 1994, in which the Beijing government, they've also signed and ratified. Okay? However, the reason why I say the Chinese government is deceiving the world today is because of this U-curved line in red, as you see. The Beijing government is saying that this whole area within this U-curved line belongs to China. I mean, this is totally unacceptable, despicable, and reprehensible when, according to the international law in which the Chinese have signed, it defines 200 nautical miles. Okay? However, this U-curve line, is it 200 nautical miles? I don't think so. I think it's more than 3 times as much. That's 600 nautical miles, 1,200 kilometers from the coastline. That is what the Chinese government is claiming belongs to them. I mean, this is, ladies and gentlemen, no different from, it's same as stealing the wives of its neighbors, saying, oh, that's my ex-girlfriend, so she belongs to me. Give me your wife. Give me your wife. I need your wife too. Don't you think so? I mean, China is totally off his rocker, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot allow this to happen. We live in the YouTube world of democracy and free speech. And it is clear that the intention of the Chinese government is that they want to create the second and third Tibet and Mongolia. Let me show you one more concrete evidence, which is angering the Asian nations at the moment. Right. This is a map of a passport, the newest passport published by the Chinese government. Well, it's provoking anger amongst the Asian nations. Why? Take a look. The Chinese government, what they're claiming on this new passport, Taiwan belongs to Chinese, the Scarborough Shoal belongs to Chinese, the Parcel Islands belongs to Chinese, and the Spratly Islands belongs to Chinese. That's what's written on this passport. Furthermore, the 2 inland areas also claimed by India, it's also printed as a Chinese territory on this map. And furthermore, what is worse? The Beijing government is saying they want one more wife. One more wife, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that is? Senkaku Islands, which belongs to Japan. I think you've heard of this dispute, but it was uninhabited until 1895 when Japan took over. Nobody lived there. That's why in 1895, Koga Tatsushiro and his family went to the Senkaku Islands and built a fish flake factory there and lived on the Senkaku Islands for over half a century, since 1895. In spite of that, Chinese is saying, oh, that is my ex-girlfriend, just calling it Diaoyu. That's right, the Chinese aggression and military expansionism is no different from declaring sovereignty over Mars, Venus, and even the moon. It's like a giant panda trying to eat all the bamboo shoots within its reach. And that is why I call the recent Chinese military aggression Panda Attack. It's no different, ladies and gentlemen, as I've been repeating. China is trying to steal the wives of its neighbors, saying, oh, they're my ex-girlfriend, so you become my wives again. We, the people of the YouTube democratic free world, we just cannot allow that to happen. We have to unite this very day for the emancipation from the brutal Panda Attack just around the corner. Thank you very much.